History says that Jackie Robinson was the first black, the first to break the color barrier in Major League Baseball. Now, there's also rumors that Moses Fleetwood Walker was actually the first black player in baseball. Did the Negro Leagues have any history of Moses Fleetwood Walker?
They have some, but I don't. They have some of Fleetwood Walker, but
I guess I'm asking, do the Negro League players acknowledge him as being the first, or was he the first?
no, I don't remember him being. Now you had some guys playing on some teams back in the day, but some guys have an organization because I was honored in it. Me and Sam Allen. Not to know. Now that's a good question for Sam.
History has recorded Jackie Robinson as the first black player in the major leagues. Now, I heard a story, and I had to ask Mr. Free about it. He told me I had to ask you, are you familiar with Moses Fleetwood?
Fleetwood Walker, yeah, and his brother named Weldy Walker. Played with the Toledo Blue Sox.
Now, was he actually the first black player in the major leagues?
Yes, what they say, I think 6 or 7 years later, Jackie Robinson said this. What they say is Jackie was the first of modern time. Yeah, Moses Fleetwood Walker. And he had a brother named Weldy Walker that played.
Okay. So should we rewrite the history books, or should we leave it as it is?
Well, we need to. I mean, I consider Moses Fleetwood Walker,
Because a lot of people never heard of that name.
Plus, a lot of people don't know that 1947, you had 5 blacks ending up in the majors.
No, I didn't know that either. You got to, at some point in time, give consideration to hanging it up. When you look at the decline of African-American players in the game, yourself, when you guys leave out, there's no African-Americans coming behind you. There's no Darryl Strawberries, there's no Griffey Juniors coming. All the brothers in the game are the stars of the game.
You know what? You try to stay away from stuff like that. I've been called a lot of names because I've been outspoken about that. A lot of the players around, especially African-American players around the league, are actually, we're out there trying to push forward and really give back and get these kids interested. It all boils down, follow the money. If there's no money there, there's no financial backing, you won't see an increase nowhere.
Satchel Paige, what was he like, and what was your relationship with him?
Okay, Satchel Paige was an old guy when I met with him, but our relationship was he was always like a star, but he was congenial and helpful. The contract was he pitched wherever we played. If it was every night, he'd pitch 2 innings. Okay. That was his commitment, so people get a chance to see him and that type of stuff. But he was basically staying in shape to get that 5th year of Major League pension. Like 1 year, and he's hoping. And then several years after I played with him, 2 or 3 years later, if you remember, the Atlanta Braves picked him up, and he got his 5th year. Ted Turner picked him up for the Atlanta Braves, and Satchel got it. So he drove it. Huh?
What was he like? Was he quiet? Was he funny? Was he outgoing?
Yeah, well, he was about 6'1", outgoing. If he would drive his car, he would not ride no bus or nothing with anybody, because the word was when he got tired or if he didn't like what was going on, he'd leave you. He'd just leave you like that. But he was a good man, and he would always tell his son, if you're going to make it, if you're going to get signed, you need to do this, you need to do that. But he was a very polished interview. I mean, he was very sharp and type of thing. But we feared him. You know how we were, and being young.
Yeah.
And I tell him, ask him, did he remember playing in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania? He said, oh yeah, I remember Harrisburg. But he was just a regular guy. Mm-hmm. But he still had that star air about him. Yeah. After being in the majors, so much publicity and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I had the privilege of we had guys that had to leave after a game to get back to work in their hometowns, and I left to have to catch him. And we were playing the Philadelphia Stars. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that I'm warming him up in the bullpen, and I'm in a squat, but he loved to talk, and you could hear him talk all over the stadium. and people would be on the fence and ask him a question. And between pitches, he'd explaining what they're asking, and I'm sitting down there squatting. And you have to stand up. Get back down there, he'd say. Man, my legs are hurting. You ain't constantly pitching. And then he was the type of guy that didn't believe in all these pitches. You know, he said, you can have 5 pitches, but if you can't get them over the plate, it ain't worth a damn, he'd say.
Yeah.
And he would always, he took care. He would take care of his body. Mm-hmm. He'd drink a glass of water, but he'd put a spoonful of sugar in it, and that was it.
Yeah.
That type of thing. Yeah. But he was a nice man, well dressed at all time, and always some good philosophy for you.
And how much have the game changed today? I mean, you started your professional baseball career in 1964. How much have the game changed?
Well, it's changed quite a bit as far as not the way they play the game. It's still played the way. It's not much that has changed no more. You have a DH now, and of course some rules have changed. I mean, people change. I mean, people change in your life and in your business, and they change in my business. Of course, people change. Guys, there was a time guys hung together a little bit more, and there's guys that has little groups that they hang together. But that's in every walk of life.